Hey everybody, it's Kiana from Love It, Scrap It, and I am here today to talk about shadows. Um, we've been talking about it a lot at Plain Digital Wrapper, and so I just wanted to do a digital scrap session, just kind of showing my process for shadows. So today I am going to be using my Sweet Spot Shadows 01. These are Photoshop styles that can be loaded into PSE or PSCC. So let's get started. I'm also going to be using Too Cute to Spook because today is Halloween, and I just wanted to get this out real quick for you guys. I made a basic layout. I already did this real quick, and right now nothing is shadowed. So I am just going to go through my process, and I'm actually going to just do a very basic shadows. I'm just going to use the styles and that's it. I'm not going to do any tweaking or anything like that. So basically I'm just going to load them up. I've got some other shadows in there because I'm working on a kit right now. So there's mine's LISI Sweet Spot Shadows Styles 01. And I am going to go ahead and get started. So this shadow set, style set, does have both 120 and 45-degree angle shadow styles, but I am a big believer in actually using both on a page. When you have things popping out or peeking out from underneath things, then sometimes it requires both. So I'm just gonna get started. So this paper, you can see the background paper is the purple stars, and then this geometric or lines or whatever you want to call it, plaid, doesn't go all the way over, so that's gonna require a 45-degree shadow. Otherwise this paper is going to look very flat, like it's the same paper. So to make anytime you layer something on top of anything, there's gonna be at least a little shadow. So I am going to use this one that says low paper right here in 45, and then you'll see a slight shadow on that side. Then I have this white paper, and since I'm already started on 45, I'm gonna keep going with 45, and I'm gonna use low paper for that since this one is the closest to the background and I have other stuff layered on top of it. The things that are closest to the background, of course, are going to have a smaller shadow, and things that are farther away are going to have a bigger shadow. Then there's a leaf stamp on top of that paper. Any paints or stamps don't have shadows at all, so I'll skip that. And then I have the word art, which is up there for my title. So I do have a couple of flares, low flyers, I have alphas, and I'm gonna use an alpha for this, the alpha shadow. Then we have a couple of paper mats that I have papers clipped to. So this black one, I'm gonna use the high paper for that. And you can only see a little bit of the shadow over here since I have the ribbon on top of it. And see there, you can see the shadow, but I have the ribbon on top. Then we have this purple paper. I'm going to use the high paper for that one as well. Then the ribbon, I have a curly ribbon and I have a flat ribbon. I'm going to use the flat ribbon. And then I have a couple of these star flares, the orange one right there and the green one over there. I'm gonna select both of those and use the flare style. Banners, frames. Here we go. I'll use the flare style. Then I have the photo, which is actually underneath this frame, so I'm not going to put any shadow on that, but I will go up to the frame and find the frame, and I'll put the frame shadow on there. Then we've got this little word bit, which is usually just like if you took a piece of paper, so I'm just going to use a paper for that one. I'll use a high paper since this one does have a layer of papers, the frame, and then a ribbon underneath it. It's going to be kind of bulky, so I'm going to use the high paper for that one. And then we have the leaves. So I've got some foliage down here. I've got a low foliage and I've got a high foliage. So again, the high foliage will look like that and low foliage will look like that. I think I'm gonna go with low foliage today. Then we have the curly ribbon. And I have one for curly ribbon. I've got the little owl. This owl is a charm, so it's kind of bulky. So it's gonna have a darker shadow since it is bulky. I don't have, in this style set, I don't have one specifically for charms. So I just kind of choose one that looks good to my eye. And again, shadows, they're personal preference. Whatever is pleasing to your eye, then go with it. You know, you're the one that will be printing these layouts for later, and to enjoy in your photo album. So I'm always a big believer in do what makes you happy. So then we've got this little orange flower, and this little orange flower is peeking out from underneath things. I'm gonna go ahead with a low flower 45. And that's a 120, so I'm gonna use 45 just because I know I have this star on top of it as well, which would be kind of smushing. If you were thinking of this as paper, then that star would be smushing the flower down on that side, while this flower would be kind of covering it up from the left side. Let me get to those stars again. So I'm just going to use the flare for those stars. Then I've got this bat up here. Now this bat is more of like an acrylic or flare type of bat, but I do want it to pop off the page. So I do have this one called Low Flyers, and I'm gonna use that one. Go back to another star, give it the flare. Then we get into the purple flower, which is over here underneath the orange ribbon. So I'm gonna do a mid 45 flower on that. And then for the bow, I'm gonna use, instead of, well, I'll try the curly bow. I kind of like that, but I think since it is underneath a flower, I'm gonna give it a little bit more, and I'll go back and show you that. So this will be with the curly ribbon at 45, and then this will be with the high foliage at 45, and that just lifts it up just a little bit more. Then I've got a little flare on top of that ribbon, that you can kind of see peeking out, that's holding the ribbon down. And I'm gonna use I'll use the flare on it. Actually, let's see. Okay, I'll use the button on that one since I'm using it like a button. And then this top flower is the farthest from the background. It also has many layers underneath it. It has a couple of flowers. It's got like part of a star, part of the owl charm, not a lot of it, but it also has that curly ribbon underneath, and then it has some of the leaves underneath. So this one is going to be a little bit farther from the paper. I'm going to go ahead and use the high flower, or let's see, extra high. Yeah, so I'm going to use the high flower drop shadow for that one in 45-degree angles. And now it's all shadowed, so looks good to my eye. And I actually use my navigator over here. When you turn layer styles on and off, you can see them over there, and this actually kind of just shows me what it would look like, almost like a thumbnail, so I can tell when I have a shadow applied or not. And then I can see it kind of pop out over there. Yeah, so that's it for my shadows. Usually I do go in and tweak a lot of shadows. I will separate my layer styles, separate the shadow from the layer, and then I'll kind of use the warp tool to tweak it even more, just to make them look more realistic in my eye. It took me a long time to get my shadows realistic looking, and any tips that I can give you guys, I am happy to do it. So I'm actually going to head out. I have to head over and pick my husband up, but I just wanted to pop in real quick with a quick little layout for you guys about drop shadows. My layer styles, sweet spot shadows are on sale today for only $1, as part of the pumpkin patch, and today is the last day for that. So if you do use Photoshop or Photoshop Elements, and you want to try your hand at some shadows, maybe you're not confident, then you can always pick those up. Too Cute to Spook is also on sale for $1 today for Halloween. But you know, there's lots of free layer styles out there. I know I've seen a few other designers give away some shadow styles for free. So if you aren't ready to purchase any yet, or can't, or don't want to, or can't use them with your program, then maybe you can find some out there for free. But that's it. I thank you guys for watching. I hope that you like this video. I will come back and do maybe another shadow video if you guys have more questions, or maybe just another one showing how I tweak them. But in the meantime, keep scrapping what you love, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks.